In Dot Nation, P.E here. Another update on BTC and the Polkadot and the Polkadot ecosystem. So currently it's the 29th of December and it's been a topsy-turvy last 2 weeks. In the alts, particularly Polkadot, but for BTC we saw an incline up to the high of 107k. And we've seen a 1 week of selling, but again, as you can see, it's only one red bar on the weekly. And if you look on the long term, BTC is high, 95k is high. If we were told literally just 6 months ago about anything more than 60k, 70k, we'd be very happy. So 95, it's extremely bullish. We're spending a hell of a long time up at this high price, which for me, it means a better thing. When you had previous small peaks at 60, you could see it struggled there. It didn't stay that long at these high prices. So for me, the longer it stays up here, the greater chance we're going to see higher prices. Also, this waiting period makes sense for the general markets, both in the macro and crypto realms, because we're going to have to see with the Trump administration coming in January, how the economy will look on the world scale, the American, and of course, what policies are for crypto. Polkadot, after that initial strong rise a few weeks ago, where we went from $5 up to almost 12, is at 7. We've had 2 weeks of selling here, so you can see from the previous Bitcoin only had 1 week of down. We had an extra bar of pretty strong downwards movement. This is because even during the rise of BTC up to 107k, there was a lot of selling around $11 and then $9. So even when Bitcoin went over the 100 again the second time, it still got absorbed and there was just heavy selling. So when the pullback did happen in Bitcoin, where it went from 100 to 95k, we saw pretty strong aggressive selling downwards to 6. However, in the last week or so, I've seen a pretty decent amount of buying around $7, and any kind of decent move up within Bitcoin from 95 to say 97. You see some pretty good buying around the $7 mark. I haven't seen aggressive buying from $7.50 to $8, so this is a bit of a concern. But there has been some price absorption at $7. So from the chart wise, well, Bitcoin's above the supports. We're looking. So the support is around about $5.50 on the from wave analysis plus just simple technicals. But we can just say 50 if you just want to have a look at a decent example. I would say the overall support's here, but we don't want to be back down at $4, do we? Kind of avoid the trade. There's loads of better options than Polkadot if it gets down to that. The other positive is that though Polkadot is not doing that brilliantly, the other top coins in the top 20, which are high quality projects like Ethereum or Solana or Cardano or Avalanche, they also have been weak on the prices and are trying to wait to see what happens in January. There has been the odd one with BitGet. I think that had some kind of a token burn of 40-50%. That explains a large move up. It did go 100%. It's now down to 60%. And some other coins like Hyperliquid, which weren't there, Stellar and Hedera had a very good burst in the last couple of weeks. So DOT at 10 billion market cap is down from where it should be. I think 100 billion is more than enough for this, and it should be near 100. That's the value. Again, on the fundamentals, DOT looks great. Gavin Wood gave an under-year 28-minute article, which I'd recommend reading, about the progress of Polkadot in the last 12 months. And you can see that he talks about mythical games, NFL rivals, the transaction speed records that Polkadot done, and also the hype talk with regards to the Frank McCourt's Project Liberty, which is making a bid to buy Tik Tok. You might be aware that in mid-January there was a case for TikTok to be sold to a non-Chinese entity, and Project Liberty are in the midst of making a £20 billion bid. And Frank McCork, it has a powered chain called Frequency, so there is some hope that, well, TikTok could be on the Polkadot. And with the transaction record just being reached, it shows that Polkadot can run that. Now, wouldn't that be amazing? And then you would be seeing 100 plus Polkadot. There's also the 21 shares. Trust hints at a possible ETF for Polkadot, and so that's a pretty good news. That would be another booster which will get us over this resistance of $12 and into this range. We want to get up to here, basically clear this resistance. So any of this news will push this above this, and then we can then make an attempt for first to go to all-time highs and then to go further. So I'd say for the fundamentals, as always, DOT looks great. Again, recommend you reading these articles. You can just look it up in Google and read Gavin's summary of the year. You'll learn a lot from it. And what else do I talk about? So to summarise, we're waiting for this mid-January. You've got TikTok coming up. We're going to see the Trump administration, see how the outlook on crypto is. And Polkadot will be looking at the TikTok and maybe showing it can do much more. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk later. Bye.